Underdog Daily with the Badge Bros. Nez here. No John. No John. No John for the week, guys. You're in luck. It's just me, but I am bringing some buddies along for the old Underdog Daily to help me with these BBM landscapes. I needed to tag in some ball knowers because it takes me a minute get a little acclimated. Multi-sport draft leagues around here. So without further ado, it's a long time coming on this channel. Spent plenty of time over on his YouTube channel, but let me bring in my guy, the one and only PPRTyler himself, my goat.
Let's go. What's going on, baby?
What's up, dude? How are you? How are you feeling about hot best ball summer? I guess it's still spring, but you know what they say.
My Twitter video says it's summer, so we're gonna go with it's summer. I'm excited, man. I love just kind of looking at all the new contests. I just like because we go from what the last time there was this many contests open was like last August, maybe. So it's like you just see, I get all the I have the notifications every time like from Underdog Drafts post something. So I just see Eliminator, Marathon, Sprint, BB, like just all these different contests getting fired off. And I'm like, oh, we're here. Like I can draft at night again. I don't have to worry about wasting all my big board bullets in the first, month of the contest. I don't have to, the leash is off. I'm off the leash. I'm ready to go.
So did you max the big board? Did you end up maxing?
Yeah, I did. Yes. I maxed almost every. I think I didn't do any of the biggest board. I think I did 4 bigger boards. So other than that, I maxed everything.
Do you feel like that's going to give you a bit of an edge, at least for the beginning part of draft season?
It might, because I feel like, because some of the same players are still going to fall. Like Keenan Allen's still going to fall right now. So you kind of just like that's kind of one of the things that's nice about kind of having a good sense for the ADP and a good sense of just, doing all these drafts. Like you just know which players will fall 20 picks. Like Isaiah Pacheco on the big board, you never draft that guy at ADP, even if you love him, because you can get him at 125 so easily. So it's just one of those things, which players are going to fall. I think Keenan still falls. It'll be interesting to see after the draft, but draft was good to me. My brand is RJ Harvey. He was my most drafted player by 8%. I had 30% of him. So I'm really stoked about RJ Harvey right now. So
yeah, I saw a few minutes of RJ Harvey running, and I was just like, yeah, this is it. This is the guy you want. He had a very fun style of running and landed in obviously a very good spot that people are tripping over themselves to draft him now. Where do you think he's gonna settle? When Steam's coming, could get crazy. Maybe it's a little too early to ask you that question, but around, I guess maybe name some players perhaps, if that's easier, where you think he could land.
Well, I was going to say Underdog posted the first draft board of BBM, and I was looking at it, and he went in the 7th round. So let me see. I have it pulled up right here. So he went at pick. Where is he? 7th round here. Yeah, he went at pick 74 right there. So that's right around Tony Pollard, Najee, Tracy, those kind of guys. I feel like I would still take Caleb Johnson over him, who went after him. Somewhere in that, Swift, where he's going to end up settling. Obviously, he's a big draft winner. Swift, Tracy, Aaron Jones. So next to wherever Aaron Jones goes feels like a great spot for RJ Harvey. That was my comp for RJ Harvey, was Aaron Jones. So wherever he goes feels fine with me. You're not going to get, 20th round RJ anymore, which is sad, but you have to pay up for him.
Those teams are going to age beautifully. I mean, it's such a screaming buy, man. 60th overall pick to a team where Jaleel McLaughlin and Audric Estime are the main competitions in that backfield. To me, it feels like there's another shoe to drop. Personally, I don't know what that is, who that is, but I do think they make additions to that backfield. But regardless, they sent us a pretty clear.
Did you hear the quote that Sean Payton said?
What did he say?
So in the press conference, they were like, we really love Genty, but it just wasn't going to be a realistic possibility for us to go up and get Genty. So then we go in the room and we start going through the other guys. All right, let's find someone that we love. And he goes, I'll never forget where I was for the 2 hours that I watched RJ Harvey for the first time. That's what he said. And I was like, let's go, baby. We're wheels up to the moon.
Oh my God. That's such a beautiful quote. That's how you tell people that you are in love with a player. That's fantastic. So you haven't drafted any BBMs yet, right?
No BBMs. This would be my first one.
All right, this is the first for you and I. I'm going to do a countdown, folks. I know it's very big over in your channel. You give people the countdown, which I think is great. We're doing 30 seconds. Going to do a 30-second draft. I'll give you a countdown, everybody here. Let me pull up just the screen. I would say, when do you think is a good time for people to like jump in when you do the countdown?
I do 10, and the people seem to have it like, because everyone, like, people got it down to a science. I think around 10 or 8 seconds is when you click enter from when you hear, but I don't know. I don't get him. I just click the button. I don't get in the other drafts.
All right. Well, I'm doing it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, people.
Oh, this is perfect.
5 more. So we're good. We're good. Everybody's gonna get in that wants to get in. That's perfect. That's perfect. I really like the countdown. I think that's a good way to. I think people seem to get in pretty good hit rate for you whenever you do that.
Yeah, countdown's fun. I like drafting with people that are in the room. It just adds another element, because like honestly too, it's like if I like know about a ton of people that I draft with, it's like okay, I know they're not going to screw me over on this, like unstacked QB. Like they're not going to take this unstacked QB, so I can kind of be like, okay, I know they're not going to take that player, so I can kind of maybe push him 2 more picks or something like that.
Yeah. They're usually, the community around here is pretty nice, but we do get our fair share of trolls around here.
Oh yeah, it's 100%. Like someone like and again, if they know I love a player and they also love that player, like they're gonna take him before me. So the sword, cuts both ways.
Yeah, 100%. All right, here we go. We're about to boot up. I was debating, but I didn't do it. I really like over.
Oh my goodness! Look at this! Look at this! Oh my God!
Is this clear cut Jamar Chase, or do we have a conversation?
It's probably Chase. The only other guy I would even put in the conversation would be Jefferson for me.
Yeah.
But it's like Chase. It's funny too because like at least last year, like if you look at the big board ADP, it's a better thing because all these are just round numbers for the ADP right now. But if you look on the big board, like his ADP is I think 1.1. It's not 1.5. It's not 1.7. It's 1.1. So it's like no one's taking anybody else but Jamar Chase there. Where it's like last year, someone would take, CD, some would take McCaffrey. It wasn't like you could get, McCaffrey at 2 or 3 sometimes. Chase has never fallen to 3, and he's rarely fallen to 2.
Yeah, well, just such a monster season, and there's very few questions. Obviously, it's the 101.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but like I think what really helps him become the 101 is just the fact that that Joe Burrow looked phenomenal too. Mm-hmm. So like it's just very safe, a lot of upside, obviously. I mean, it's been a while since the 101 has actually like been the guy you wanted to have. Last year CD popular 101, obviously like a pretty derailed season, and even the 102 with CMC wasn't who you wanted. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Not take those guys?
Exactly. And the thing too, it's like CD's in the exact same situation he was in last year. There's no other guys that are gonna even like. Who's their best player on offense other than CD Lamb? Jake Ferguson?
Oh, like, dude, yeah. In Dallas, it is a very strange time offensively for them.
Oh, dude,
very strange.
Crazy. So
Austin, I think when you were talking about the 1-1, that was big board, like closing
big board. He was 1.1. Yeah. That's why.
Yeah. So and like obviously nothing changed here. To Genty didn't go to the Chiefs. Like we're not changing that. We're not changing that.
First round's pretty Knoxville. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think there is a landing spot? Like if Genty went to the Chiefs, do you think you would take him 1-1, or like is there just to like
where would be the spot?
Just to
like
just
I don't know even know what the spot would have been. Like if he went to like if Genty went to like the Vikings, like I could see that just being. Like I'd probably take him as the RB1. I don't think I'd take him 1-1, but he'd probably be RB1 if he was a Viking.
Yeah, I think Chiefs 101. He'd be the 101. That would probably be it. But like if the Bears went up and got him, I bet he would be like 105.
Yeah.
People wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to help myself. Like I already want to take Genty like top 8. Maybe I will. Who knows? He might be my Bijan Robinson this year.
Yeah, we'll see, man. I don't know. It's funny like the way like that we talk about him, and then you hear the NFL teams like, oh, there's like 9 teams trying to trade up for Genty, and then He actually ends up going like it was funny because like for 3 months he was a Raider, and then for 2 weeks he was going to be a Jag or a Bear or a Bronco, and then he just ended up back where everyone was mocking him anyway.
Yeah, chalk spot for sure. I definitely don't hate the spot just because there's nobody that is like pressing him for carries really. Geno there, I still like Geno Smith, Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers there. So like you don't have to squint too hard to see like a good season out of Genty in Las Vegas. I personally don't think like it's bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Definitely not bad. But like Pete Carroll wants to run the ball anyway. So
exactly.
And you got Chip Kelly. I feel Chip Kelly wants to, he's got his college offense spin on things. So I think it'll be fine. I think it's gonna be great.
I agree with Bindles that he thinks Genty could be the 101 next year. I agree. I mean, I feel like he would probably be, if you were, setting odds, like one of the favorites to be 101 next year. I mean, why wouldn't he truly, unless things go really off the rails in Vegas, but
yeah,
nothing too crazy so far at the start. I mean, you can tell me you've done 100 big boards here, but everything looks pretty in line with ADP. I do want to ask you with McCaffrey, given what we know about, that he says he's fully healthy. They don't make, I think they drafted like one running back, I believe, but it wasn't.
They drafted Jordan James out of Oregon.
So how are you feeling about McCaffrey? Are you gonna take that risk this season whenever you're at that side of the board?
If he's healthy, and by all indications that he is, I don't think, like, for me, it's not a question whether or not is he healthy. I think he's 100% healthy. I think he's ready to go. It's just, is he going to get hurt again? Something else. It's just the same injury concern, but it's like we see what it is when he's on the field, when he's not. I also think the O-line's not as good maybe from like that team 2 years ago. Trent Williams is a little weird, but we're on the clock. Let's make a pick.
Yeah, that's a good point about Trent. All right, so go ahead.
So I like Bucky. Go scroll down a little bit just to see some other guys. Yeah, I just don't know who I'd pull up. Rashi's fun.
Hampton's I was considering a Rashi pull up.
I'm down with a Rashi pull up. I like Rashi a lot.
Yeah, we'll definitely take Bucky, right? Like that's no brainer here.
It's not Tyreek for me. It's not.
No. I'm worried about him, man. That was a really strange, that was a really weird season from him last year.
Garrett Wilson's the guy where it's like they got no one else there. Like I feel like people are up on him. I feel like he could be like a mid-second guy this year, so it could be good value to get him now. I'm just trying to think of like who can we get value on.
Yeah,
I feel like it's either Garrett or Rashi. I think Rashi might be the one, honestly. Like you to get him here, I think it might be.
I do think so. I'm gonna do Rashi. Just because I just think he's going to rise big time.
So do I.
Because I think people are going to be like me, where they first think of Rashi and they think the suspension's coming, or like it's looming. The stench is there, and like that injury is looming, and that's there, and people are going to start or entering drafts, and maybe at first not quite understand the timeline of the injury, because that's where I was whenever big boards were going on. Like, why is Rashi going so high? And then I had people tell me no, like it wasn't an ACL, if I'm not mistaken.
Not an ACL. Was not an ACL.
No ACL, and that suspension is probably next year, if at all, at this point. So I'm like, okay, at this point it's wheels up, right? He's already participating in OTAs. Given what we saw last year, we would probably have like if we knew, let's say Rashi never gets hurt, and we have that sample size that we have, he's probably like a back end first round pick, given that small sample.
100%. Like, dude, he was looking like he was like primed for just this unbelievable season. And like what I like about Rashi and what the other pieces on the Chiefs is he kind of fills a very specific role. Like Xavier Worthy, gadget guy, field stretcher, that's his role. Hollywood's kind of that field stretching role too. But there's nobody to dominate over the middle. It used to be Kelsey. It's not him anymore. Kelsey, he's just not the same guy he was 2 years ago. What we saw from Rashi, like there were slant boy jokes being made about Rashi those first couple of weeks, where it's like he's just running slants, but like that's what like that RPO middle of the field, like that's where Rashi can dominate, like that kind of like that AJ Brown Tennessee feel, where it's like it's these drags, it's the get the ball in his hands type of deal. Like that's where Rashi's going to dominate, I think, and I think. It's like they didn't add anybody in the draft to really take that role away from them. They added Jalen Royals, but it's like Jalen Royals is like an absolute like dynamite guy with the ball in his hand. So I still think Rashi is the best weapon they have in that offense. So I just don't see how that's going to change. And as soon as that tweet from Rappaport hits, it's like Rashi Rice, probably not going to get suspended until whatever, next 2026. It's like this guy might go to a 1-2 turn pick. Like truly he might.
Yeah, I think once that information really hits the market, and depending on where some of these sites are ranking Rashi, I just think this is just where he's going to end up. So like if we like him, we only get 150 bullets, just might as well take him.
Yeah, you just want him on your team anyway. Like we kind of reached around on him. It doesn't really matter. It's like I think he could go up higher than this. So first time to get in here, and it's like, and that's the thing too. It's like first draft we're doing. It's like all the ADPs are going to be different. So yeah, we may have got we reached around on Najee in theory, but it's like a guy we get in the 6 could be going somewhere completely different. This time. So it's like just take the guys. Don't worry too much about playing the where is he going to be game. But I think it's something just to kind of keep in mind.
Mm-hmm. This is a fair point, right? Worthy wasn't fully integrated into the team just yet, but like I still think I would probably say Rashi's a better wide receiver just from what I've seen, but that's definitely a fair point that we haven't seen Worthy get fully integrated into the team yet. Speaking of Worthy, he's going right here at pick 37. Man, it's going to be one of these things this year, man, again, where like Patrick Mahomes lining up with like Rashi or Worthy, it's going to be, I think, difficult to kind of get that double stack, and maybe it's not even good to double stack them, but I think that is going to be an interesting or a difficult double stack to get.
Yeah, 100%. That's the thing too. It's like, where do you take those guys? Because they kind of go next to each other now, but they weren't for a majority. So you kind of got to get your double stack on the other side of the room if you want to do it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, probably the way to go. All right,
who do we got?
Let's be on the clock.
Oh, this is Ham. Hey, we got to take Hampton here. We have
to Hampton smash pick. I'm surprised I don't know why falling.
I was considering them with the last pick. I think this has got to be Hampton at least here, and then probably receiver, just so we don't get left in the dust. Are there any winners on here from the draft? We could go Burrow too.
Yeah, I'm just throwing him in the queue just because this is probably where Burrow's going to live for all of draft season.
And a little scroll. I just want to see if there's any. Yeah. Hunter's gone, right? It's like now it's like, do we want to play the Hunter game? That's the thing. Is like, where do you take Hunter? Because he might go up higher than this. I think if we want to be safe, we can just go Addison. Addison or Waddle. I feel like the safe picks to me. Godwin, I think, is going to be a faller from the draft after they added Buka.
Yeah, I think Godwin's falling.
Yeah, it's up to you. I would either go Addison, Waddle, or Hunter.
We'll go Hunter. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. We'll go Hunter. This is potentially what I would predict is after a couple days of BBMs, this is where Travis Hunter gets close to, and then he probably falls again. But he's going to be a very hotly talked about player, even with the Jags trading up for him, even with them talking about how they're going to give him a heavy dose of offense. I still think you're going to hear, whether it's contrarian or good points, people are going to be trying to throw some cold water on the Hunter steam. And I saw some conversation today from I think it was like Roto Surgeon and Josh Norris were kind of going back and forth, but I thought it was an interesting point. Like there is like unique risk with Hunter where like, let's just throw out the idea where like the defense is banged up. Like, do they pull Hunter off the offense more to give him more defensive snaps? It is kind of like an interesting scenario, but like, I don't know. This is the first day of BBM, and we got a brand new ADP for Hunter. I think he's awesome with the ball in his hands and as a receiver. Pretty good landing spot. New coach, new GM. Good to decent quarterback. I'm with you. I think this is the fun decision.
Yeah, I think what I just feel like Hunter's going to be like he's going to get like 70% offensive snaps, and then I just see him being like a third down guy, like defensive wise. Like, okay, bring him on this third down, put him at slot corner, like just let him do what he does. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's kind of what he's going to be in the NFL. Because I mean, to do the Colorado thing in the NFL, I just don't think is a possibility. Maybe there's that's where it gets like fun when you start thinking about his career. It's like playoff game. Do they just say, dude, you're playing the entire game? Like,
That's what I was wondering.
Do we see it like once, week 10, just some random week? It's like, oh, Hunter's going to play the entire game. And just to say that he did it, kind of like the Deion 2 games in one day thing, just to say that he did it.
Yeah, because he clearly can't handle every single goddamn snap, obviously.
Yes.
But do they do something like that where he's playing like way more snaps than most, than normal? I would think so. Or I was kind of throwing out the idea like maybe they save him, they kind of use him as a closer toward the end of games, right? Like they're up and now they're obvious passing situations now. All right, it's Hunter time. It's so cool. Like it's going to be so cool just to see a player like this in the league. And I'm glad that he went to Jacksonville instead of Cleveland. But
yes,
I'm still not totally convinced Cleveland should have made that trade.
Gonna use him like a closer, like Ohtani in the World Baseball Classic. That's where they're gonna use him.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like there's just so many unique ways that you could take him. Fingers crossed. The T. Higgins guy, baby Stevie, decides that he doesn't need Burrow, because that'd be
Daniels. Has Daniels. That'd be a very nice start. But
I'm definitely jinxing this for us. Like this is just like 101 of what not to do whenever you are looking for a faller, is to announce to your audience that, hey, I'm really hoping this player falls. But I'm not used to John not being here. So real quick, you are a Falcons fan, correct?
Yes.
How did you feel about the Falcons draft?
I thought it was great. Again, people were going to talk about what they gave up to trade back into the first. I just don't care. You look at what the pass rush has been. It's been so atrociously bad. Debo goes, which is a great pick for baby Stevie. And like they gave up a lot, yes, but it's only going to be bad if the Falcons suck next year, which it's like we should win the South, but I've also been saying we should win the South for like 2-3 years, and we haven't. So there's that. But if they win the South, it'll be like a first-round pick swap. It'll be a second for a third, and we will have gave up a seventh. Like that's not that bad at the end of the day. Disaster strikes when the Falcons don't make the playoffs, Pennant gets hurt, and we have like a top 10 pick, and it goes to the Rams. That's when disaster strikes. But oh no, Brian!
I knew it.
Oh, that was Brian.
I mean, this is what happens, man. You just don't do what I did, guys. You just do not do.
Harvey, 6th round,
dude. Double knife. Are you kidding me? All right, we got to make up for this. Absolutely not Najee. Laporta seems expensive.
I don't like Laporta. We can go your boy. I think he's still a fun pick in my opinion.
Who's that?
Pickens.
I'll cue him up.
I like Pickens. I think Golden's fun. I really like. People are down on the landing spot. I personally like it. Reed's also there, which you kind of know what you're going to get.
What do you think about Igbuka? Is it? I think he's going to fall.
So many guys there. Yeah, he's going to fall. There's so many guys there. I would either go Golden or Reed. Judy's not big, dude. If Flack, who's playing Week 17 quarterback for the Browns though? That's the only thing. I don't know if I want to get in that business.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah. You pick it. You choose. We could go put Mahomes too with our stack.
Let's get it. A stack would make. Yeah. Is going to make this team look really nice when we're all finished. Mahomes, potential riser in my opinion too. Once you kind of having Rashi back just makes this look so much nicer for their outlook, right? Just knowing that Rashi's back there, I think really just kind of opens up everything. And here I go again, knock on wood. I would take Kelsey at the 8-9 turn with Mahomes. I mean, at the end of the day, you're just looking for a spike when it matters most. So
100%. How do you feel about the Steelers draft?
I kind of liked it. I
thought Caleb was a great pick. I'm not a big Caleb guy.
No,
not just for the big board, because I was like, he's a very scheme dependent. He can't go to a gap scheme. He had to go to a wide zone team. That's all Arthur Smith runs. So I thought it's one of the best landing spots he could have gone to. So I don't mind the pick as much. I just didn't like I was like, if he ends up somewhere where he doesn't fit his play strengths, I would be really worried about him. But Steelers are a great spot for him.
My read on Caleb Johnson, and I trust your take over mine, was that he just stylistically a lot different from Najee. Would
Yes.
you agree? Yeah.
Yeah, he's like that. He's kind of like a airplane like taking off. Like he's got to get a runway, and then as soon as he just hits that, puts his foot in the ground, then explodes through that. That's where he's at his best. Like that, he can't really get like because he actually had a really not great like 10-yard split on the 40-yard dash, but his 40-yard dash time wasn't bad overall. It's kind of the story of him where it's like that's why that wide zone is great for him. He can't just hit the hole. He's kind of got to get that build up speed, and then he's taking off. So that's why. That's why I like him on the Steelers. I watched the Arthur Smith offense for 3 years and it was awful. But you guys have better pieces than we did, so it's okay.
Yeah, there's a chance. There's a chance that Arthur Smith can put together a good offense, but
Who's playing quarterback?
If it's Aaron Rodgers, like I mean, what Aaron Rodgers to me is like a baby step ahead of like what Russ Wilson was last year. Maybe that's too harsh, but like. I'm not, it doesn't have me like overly bullish, but just slinging it to where it needs to go to Metcalf and Pickens, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I am like confused. I'm conflicted on how to feel about the Steelers in general, but I did like the draft. I think it signaled that like they're very bullish on landing Rodgers.
Yeah, Bindles in the chat said Arian Foster. It's a great comp because I actually I have this whole like sheet of just all like the top 15 running backs that I gave comps to, and the Arian Foster one was so good because they're both 6'1", they're both 224. Caleb actually had a faster 40 though. I didn't even know this. Arian Foster ran a 4.74 40-yard dash, and Caleb ran a 4.54. So it's
Arian Foster was still like the best.
Yeah. And that smooth running style, right? And Caleb's he feels like he plays bigger. Aaron Foster he's a bigger back, but it feels like Caleb plays a tad bigger than Arian did.
So I think I saw a comp, and maybe I didn't. You can tell me if this was bad. So I think someone called him like small Derrick Henry. Like
he's that kind of runner. He's not going to be Derrick Henry, but it's like I see the vision. It's not insane to say like small Derrick Henry light.
Would you have preferred them take like a different running back where he went? I don't remember exactly who was all available, but
no, I think Caleb was a good pick where they got him. Like end of the third. Like I wasn't the biggest Caleb fan. Like I had Scadaboo over him, but I think Caleb's better in that offense than Scadaboo would have been in Pittsburgh, in my opinion. So I like it.
And I don't think Caleb's going to rise a ton either because everybody really likes, as do I, Jaylen Warren. So I think that the fact that Warren is there may kind of keep Caleb suppressed, but they're going to be a total 1-2 punch because I don't, as a fan, I don't want them to give Warren too much work, and I don't expect them to either. I think they're going to continue to kind of 1-2 punch Caleb and Warren. So it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. We're about to be on the clock, so I'm just going to pull us back over and kind of see our options here. Huge Najee fall, but we have Hampton, so I just we just simply cannot do that.
Yes, I hate Kupp. Kupp's an awful pick. It's like my least favorite click on the board. You know who's someone I like, and it seems gross, but Michael Pittman. Like his back is fine. Like if you click on the thing, it says like he fully healed from back injury. Like he's still going to be kind of one of the guys there, in my opinion. It's like, the quarterback thing is kind of a mess, but it's like in round 9, like this guy was going round 3-4 last year. To get him in round at the 8-9 turn, I really like. Other than that, though, like tight end, look at like running back, tight end stuff here. Or...
Yeah, what do you think about like these running backs? Because I do like Warren still.
Yeah, Warren's good. Okay, scroll down a little bit.
I'm just gonna throw him up here.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Scadaboo's great too.
Oh, I did mention Kelsey too.
Yeah. I say Scadaboo's going to go before Tracy. Tracy's going to be a faller. Scadaboo's definitely a riser. I think Scadaboo's great.
I liked Tracy though. Do you think that it's gonna?
I think Tracy falls for sure because Scadaboo's got like he is a pass catcher, and we already got 3 running backs. So I'd go tight end or receiver here. I would go.
I'm gonna make these 2 picks. I'm gonna make these ones. I'm gonna get my guy Jaylen Warren and the Travis Kelsey double stack, and then I'm back to letting you make picks here. But the Pittman, I hear you on Michael Pittman. I agree that like it makes sense as a buy. Like we were just taking this guy 3rd round, but I am just incredibly spooked about is it Daniel Jones or Anthony
That's the only thing with
Richardson?
him. Yeah,
And
it's
it's
like
ahead of ADP right now, like just like out of principle.
yeah, I'd see the thing is like as talents, I think Pittman's good. I didn't think he was great, which I hated his price last year. I think AD Mitchell is good. Call me crazy. And I think
No, I
Josh
do think
Downs
he's
is good.
good.
The only
Or
problem
can be.
is the problems that AD Mitchell, Josh Downs, and Pittman had last year at quarterback are going to be the same exact problems they had this year. That's like the caveat with them. It's like,
Yep.
can Richardson figure it out? And like Ken Jones, like I don't think Jones has ever supported like a top blank receiver. I think that was like, isn't there like a stat like he's never supported like a top 36 fantasy receiver? And like, don't give me Neighbors from last year. He barely played with the guy.
Yeah, no, I feels right. Feels right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not overly confident about that quarterback room in general. I do want to just take a moment here. I want to pause because I never like forgot. I get too excited here. We've got 72 people watching now. Tyler, can you just like let the audience know a little bit about you, what you're doing? Just give us the
I'll give
give
the
us
elevator
synopsis
pitch.
of yourself.
Yes. I'm obsessed with football in general, fantasy football, real life football. I coach high school football. Football is. I made a joke I think like a month ago on stream that like when things are going wrong in my life, at least I have football. So it's like that's how I'm a big football guy. I obviously have my own channel, PPRTyler. Come hang out with us. We stream every day. Some people, aka basketball guy, say they stream every day. They don't. They're liars. Today will be day 94 with a consecutive stream, consecutive draft.
Right.
I've streamed every day since the big board drop. It's kind of the way to go back and look at it. So yeah, we stream every day. And now that best ball summer is here, it's like there's just more, we're getting the news now. We're getting the things are changing. It's like I just feel like reinvigorated, right? We're like those last 2 weeks, it's like, okay, I got limit my big board drafts. Like I can't draft off stream anymore because then what am I gonna be able to draft? So all this different stuff, but just love streaming, love football, and yeah, I feel like I'm like the youngest one in this space too. One of the youngest ones. I'm 25 years old, and I feel like when I talk about pop culture, someone will make a joke in my chat and I won't get it, and then I'll feel bad. But then I'll just be like, "Do you guys know who Ken Carson is?" And then I feel like the big dog. So
and then it's crickets.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know who Ken Carson is.
Yeah, I don't talk about Playboy Cardi on stream either. I throw up a couple vinyls here and there.
You a Cardi guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. Love it.
Yeah, that was one of the first songs that I played for my son whenever he came out the room. I gave him a taste of Evil.
Yeah, you Cardi fans are something different, man. Like that it's like he's got a cult following, man. I swear. It's funny. Actually, I was at a concert in Minnesota. They have this thing called Soundset, and it's like a big festival music concert. I went when I was in high school, my junior year of high school. So this would have been 2016, 2017. Wow. And yeah, I know. Travis Scott was the headliner. T.I. was on the main stage. Uzi was supposed to be there. Mac Miller was supposed to be there. They couldn't go. But on this little side stage, some guy who came out with the song Magnolia, it's just like his only song out, was Playboy Cardi on this little side stage.
Wow.
Just to have maybe like 100 fans just watch him, and now he's like the man. So
those are the best. Those are the best whenever you can see an up and coming artist before they really take off. That's always like, I have so many memories of seeing artists in like basements, like Uzi and like 21 Savage, like way back when 21 Savage was making good music. Here and look, here you go, man. I'm going to jinx us again. We might get your boy.
No, Brian Holder's on the scent. Brian Holder's on the scent. I can feel it.
He wants it. Look at that. He's got Jonathan Taylor already. He wants that JT JT Pittman stack so badly.
Yeah. Did Tootin already go? I'm just curious. Did Tootin already go?
Tootin's ADP is kind of crazy. Oh, okay, no, 130. I thought it was higher than
the Jags running back room is very interesting to me because there's 3 guys there. One's a rookie that we're excited about, 4th round guy, but still excited about. And then it's like you got ETN there and you got Bigsby there. They all go within like right now ETN's falling. It's like they're all going to go within like you can't draft 3 guys within a 10 pick range. At least one of them is going to be wrong. So it
One
just
was
makes
going to be big wrong, and the
yes.
market will eventually make an assumption on who's the odd man out, and
Yeah.
that'll probably be the one that I want in on.
I told you Brian was going Pittman.
Brian, dude, Brian loves the channel. Huge Ramondre fall, but I mean, what are your thoughts on Mondre?
I'm just out. I hate Ramondre before. I hate him even more now. I'm just out. This could be Hollywood with our KC. We only got you could just do a triple KC and call it a day with that stack.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's throw in Hollywood.
Okay.
Bad ending to his season, but I still like Hollywood, especially on Mahomes teams here. We have the Jacksonville triple, Samson, but Cleveland is worrisome. I do like Benson. We can be a tight end.
Yeah. Ooh. The Warren fall is interesting. I kind of hate it. I kind of don't. Ingram's fine too. I go Warren or Ingram. One of the two. You pick.
I'm gonna go Ingram.
Go Ingram. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
Ingram.
I do feel better about Ingram's upside in Denver. Definitely, same question marks with Pittman as with Warren. Warren could end up like being a smash because he could just like it could just very well not matter as far as his the question marks that we have. He could just the way that he works, right? He just gets the ball in any space and he's off. He doesn't need to run a lot of routes, doesn't need to get hit downfield, whatnot. But Denver,
we also got some AFC West stuff going on right now too, where it's like possible playoff week 17, like this early on. Like it's a slight lean for me. Also, I guess we got Pickens, Jamar too. So and Warren. Shot. So I don't know, a lot of and just AFC teams in general. So like early on, that's like it's a little tiebreaker I'm playing in my head where it's like if I'm truly split on two guys, I might just take the possible correlation. And I think someone said it's actually like the first day drafting's like the edge has gotten worse every single year or something like that. But I mean, they're not just going to draw BBM in front of us and we're not going to draft. So it's like we do the best with what we're given.
Of course. Like what are we going to do? Not stream and draft? Give me
exactly.
Give me a break, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Denver the Denver thing, getting Ingram into the fold. I'm intrigued with. I like Knicks enough. Mims had obviously closed the season just electric. Who knows how that continues? Troy Franklin, not overly excited about. And then they drafted Pat Bryant.
Yes,
and I don't know if you have any takes on Pat Bryant.
Yeah, I like Pat Bryant a little bit. I drafted a smidge of him in the big board. Just kind of, I threw a lot of darts on just these weird receivers that nobody would ever draft. But Pat Bryant, like good possession, deep threat kind of guy. He played for Illinois, and Illinois, they're not they were ranked a little bit this year, but they're not definitely like a powerhouse or anything. But he's a fine player. He's definitely more of a film guy than look at me stats guy. But he feel like a fine player. Freaking Sean Payton does this. He's like taking Harvey over Caleb Johnson. Definitely not something I think anybody expected in the NFL draft. He takes Pat Bryant in the third, who every mock draft person was that's an insane reach. But I guess Sean Payton does what he wants to do. So he kind of did it with Mims too a little bit. I feel like I don't remember if he overdrafted Mims, but I remember us being like, oh, he handpicked Mims, he's the man. But I mean, just because he drafts a guy doesn't mean they're gonna, pop out right away. And I think he does like Vele. Troy Franklin had some moments last year. So I just think Pat Bryant might be a little hard to, just carve out a role for himself in the rookie year. Maybe toward the end of the year, kind of like Vele did, but I think there's some competition in there for amongst the mid receivers for wide receiver 3.
Yeah, he's certainly not a day one BBM draft guy, Pat Bryant, that is, in my opinion. But I think he's intriguing enough that if Marvin Mims is the wide receiver too, I think Pat Bryant represents a more legitimate profile of a wide receiver that he could very well find himself if we get good camp reports on Pat Bryant and he's running with the ones and everything, that's someone that I want to be in on, because I think he looks the part of a real NFL wide receiver as opposed to old Mims. No offense to Mims, he did some electric stuff, but I was looking for reasons to get excited about Pat Bryant, and round 3 top 100 pick. That you could do worse, and I don't think anybody's really talking about him very much. So someone to keep on the radar.
100%.
Your boy Leggett just went at pick 139.
I'm switching up on Leggett a little bit. I've become, I didn't even know this was going to happen, but I think I'm a cokehead.
You didn't think?
I think I'm a cokehead now. The way that these guys, again, I was on stream over on Fantasy Dog Pound last night. We were doing a whole like rankings overhaul. The way they were talking about Coker made you think this guy was like Laquan Treadwell, man.
Yeah,
I was getting really insulted about some of the things that were being said about my boy Jalen Coker. Like, and they're like, oh yeah, he's gonna be like a round 18 pick. I'm like, if Coker is in around 18, I will have 90% of him. Like, quite literally, I will have 90%. So he's not a good pick here, but I think he will fall. But people are scared of McTet for some reason, which I don't understand. Okay, QJ's weird.
Don't like it.
I just don't even know what to do with it. It's not any, I just, he's still there is the problem.
I like Spears and
I like Keenan. I like Keenan because wherever he signs, he's going to rise.
Yes, thank you for saying that, because I'm also Team Keenan, man.
It doesn't matter where
I'm
he
Team
goes.
Keenan is not washed. Hashtag Keenan is not washed.
I don't think he had like 800 yards last year.
He's not washed, man.
He's not.
I refuse.
Okay.
There is Coker, but like you said, probably too early.
Yeah. Giddens is a good hand. I like Tennessee's a good one. Giddens is a great handcuff if you want to just go the handcuff route. I kind of like Giddens. Spears is good too. He's a good handcuff, and he might have more of a weekly role. Spears is good. Let's do Spears.
You think so?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm into this the new offense. Like I'm still a believer in Spears. Did not have a great season, obviously, in Tennessee. But given with Cam Ward there, maybe just the offense in general. I mean, I think it would be crazy for them not to take somewhat of a step forward. And I'm still a Spears guy, man. I can't help it. I can't help myself.
Yeah.
Jadon Blue goes.
That's early. Like this is like Jaden Blue gonna have a role. There's zero chance in hell I'm taking him over Ray Davis.
You don't think he's good?
I think Jaden Blue is like he's good at his role, but like, does he have 3-down workhorse upside? Definitely not. Like, not even close. Like no. Ray Davis, like when the one game James Cook missed last year, Ray Davis had like 25 points. Or something crazy like that. Or maybe it wasn't 20, but it was like I think it was like 18, 20 in that area. Ray Davis has 3-down workhorse ability. Again, like, I mean, I'm not even going to say the name because he might just fall back to us, but there's the same guy in the big boards being disrespected, just like he's going to be in BBM this year. I'll probably have another 20% of him in here. But it's just like they're still alive to sign one of these guys that's lingering around, somewhere like Nick Chubb or J.K. Dobbins or something like that. And then it's like he just feels very fragile, and I don't even necessarily think – and he fumbles the ball a ton. He can't hold on to the ball. Like 2 fumbles in the first 4 weeks, this guy's going to be on the bench. It's like Hunter Luepke, 3rd down snaps again. Here we go.
Oh
so I think if this 13th round is a little too high for me. It's like he wasn't even being drafted in the big board. Now because he goes to the Cowboys, we're in on round 13. It's like there should be – I get it with guys like, like Tootin, who was like, we liked as a prospect, right? These other guys who we liked as prospects, like Dylan Sampson's a great example of this too. It's like we like Dylan Sampson as a prospect, doesn't get enough landing spot, but he kind of goes in the same range. Jaden Blue, we just didn't necessarily love as a prospect. Now I have to draft him around 13 because he's on the Cowboys, who like may or may not use him. Like he's fast. Like I just don't love it.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally fair. I'm just the reason I like Blue is because I'm like, what's the Cowboys' plans?
I don't know their plan. That's what scares me.
What is the plan here? Because this offense looks horrible on paper. Like it just seems insanely. I mean, I was gonna call it unsustainable, but like, there's what is there? I don't think there's going to be anything to sustain. Period. I don't think there's ever going to be anything to be excited about here. Is there another? I guess Keenan Allen potential landing spot in Dallas. I wouldn't hate it. Oh wow, yeah, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
Dude, Amari, I have no idea how Amari's fall off could happen so fast.
He was hurt last year. I think that did play a pretty big role in him sucking. But he's not even as old as you think. Amari's one of those guys. He's a lot younger than you think. I think he's not even 30 yet. Pretty sure he's like 29 or
I
30.
thought
Maybe he
so
is
too.
30.
He just turned 30.
Just turned 30. Okay.
Actually, well, he's 31 this year, but
Okay.
yeah, it's just, you know, so some of these guys are just built different. It makes you appreciate the guys that have longevity, you know, whenever you see these Amari Coopers of our world just like come and go. It's unfortunate. Jack Besh, he was sort of a pretty steamy guy, was he not? Or am I making that up?
Yeah. People really liked him after the Senior Bowl. Had a good Senior Bowl practice. Did pretty well at the combine. But yeah, he lands on the Raiders. I just don't. I wonder what his role is going to be. I mean, he got drafted fairly high, 3rd round pick. So, or was he 2nd round? I think he was 3rd. I think it was 3rd round for Jack Besh. He was day 2, I know. But I always just kind of took him like 8% guy for me. I don't have a huge take one way or the other about Jack Besh. Raiders landing spot, we'll see. Just think like better Jake Bobo, I guess, you know, just to do the most low hanging fruit comp possible.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
I mean, he's probably better than Jake Bobo, right?
Yeah, exactly. Better Jake Bobo. Yeah.
I know people are really worried about their Trey Tucker, right? They don't want their
dude.
Trey
I
Tucker
had
to
so
go
much
away.
20th round Trey Tucker, so much.
Yeah, 20th round, yes. 18th round, I might pass. I think Besh is definitely interesting given what else is going on here in Vegas. But they also, or no, that was a different team that signed my guy Renfro. All right, we are on the clock here.
Okay.
The QB is getting ugly fast.
We don't even really have any stacks. We can go with the pit
We could do a young Coke stack.
I'm down. I don't know how far he's going to fall. I think this is a fine spot for him. I think he could fall farther is the only problem. But again, I want to play that game as much. I believe in Coker, man. And people are going to call me crazy. It's like people want to draft Leggett, and I get it. I was on that wave last year. But Coker just straight up was better than Leggett last year. Like, we're going to ignore that fact. Like, he was better. And people are like, oh, but like, what about Pacheco? What about, you know, James Robinson? These 3rd round guys. It's like, I think it's different at receiver. Running backs, you can come in, you can be easily replaced. Like, it's not hard to do, you know, it's not hard to replace a running back realistically, right? Making your way on the field at receiver, I think as an undrafted guy means a lot more than it does making on the field at running back, right? Because it's like, you have to truly go out there and earn targets. It's not very hard to earn carries. It's very hard to earn targets. And that's what Coker did last year when he got his chance. Like he almost, I think, did he outproduce Leggett, or he was like really close, but either way, he played not as many games as Leggett. He didn't start as many games as Leggett. I just really liked him coming out. I think he's versatile. He's big. He's not overly fast, but he gets the job done. I just think he's a really good separator. And it's like, just because this guy was undrafted, it's like he made the team, got his opportunity, and then made the absolute most of his opportunity. So I just think
those are all great factors for a guy that is currently being drafted as wide receiver 4, could be wide receiver 2 by the time this is all said and done. Because I think 100%. That what you're saying, I think you're going to hear from a lot of people as well, that like, yeah, Thielen just continues to do it year over year. It doesn't make sense, but like, this can't last forever. You're going to want Coker for the playoff run. And I don't think you're going to hear good things about Leggett from you know, content creators this season. I mean, long live Dollar Bill, but I just sadly, man, I just don't think he gave us much of anything to be excited about.
Long live Dollar Bill, 100%, dude.
Right, riding Dollar Bill.
You see the one with him and Zamir White? They were both on the horse. They were riding the horse together. That was hilarious. I'm just trying to see the snaps where he was running them here real quick. Receiving for Coker. I can't remember if he was like mainly in the slot or not. This is what I like. He's versatile. It's like he can play out wide, he can play inside. He had 61% were slot, and then about 40% were out wide. So like 60-40 split. That's a guy that can move around. Like, I feel pretty good about that. Let's see. Do I have yards here? It's not going to tell me. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I feel great about Coker, especially if he's going to fall to that round 18. Like I said, he will be my most drafted player this year, and it will not be close.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up Fantasy Life here, and you can see the route participations that like really picked up toward the end of the season.
Yeah.
Where's the some decent targets per route run numbers in here, but like you said, didn't play as much as Leggett, and still outproduce him almost in raw numbers. Obviously outproduce him rates wise. So
yes.
Yeah, I think he's live to be wide receiver 2 for a Panthers team that I think is ascending. I don't know, how quickly they are ascending, but I was a Bryce Young believer and apologist for a while, and was really happy to see what we saw last year. That had to be seen. That had to be seen from people.
Yeah, no, I like Bryce. I think it's like it's just when you thought he was dead, and he comes back and just goes on this insane run toward the end. All right, who do we got? Who are we looking at?
We're gonna need a running back, I believe.
Oh, dude, the Corum thing. I got in a fight about Corum last night too.
Are you in or out?
I'm in. I'm a little more scared now, but I'm definitely round 16. I'm in, and then dude, Ollie Gordon, man, like this guy. I might have a lot of this guy again. I had a ton of him in the big board, a ton. And then he had a bad combine. I was starting to see the draft capital stuff. I got spooked a little bit. But now he's on Miami and I'm in. I like Ollie Gordon over any of these guys here. I would personally go Ollie. So
Miami, obviously they got Achane, but like, do you think the plan for Miami, this is a rhetorical question, for them to use him as a bell cow is the plan? I don't. I think he's far too little for that. Jalen Wright, I mean, if Jalen Wright moved anybody last year, like, please show me how, where, when the movement for you took place. You got me excited about Ollie Gordon. I'm excited about Ollie Gordon. Yeah. Low key, I'm low key into this landing spot, knowing what we know about Coach McDaniels. We're doing it. We took Ollie Gordon.
Because here's the thing. It's like, he could have goal line. Like, he just has a lot of outs. He has more outs than Jalen Wright. He has more outs than some of the other guys that go down here. Like, he could just be like the guy, the goal line guy this year. Because he's a different body type than the rest of those guys. Like, he is a big guy. Very big guy. Huge.
Massive guy.
Just what a big guy. I don't like to do that on other people's streams because I don't know how they feel about it. But
you can do it.
Big guy. He's just huge, and he could just be the goal line guy this year, which we love. Falls in the end zone twice a game, like twice in week 17. That's great. Now here's the other thing. Achane is not necessarily the picture boy of health, poster boy for health. Like if he goes down, it's not going to be Jalen Wright's season. Like Jalen Wright will get an uptick, but it's not like it's going to be like Jalen Wright's the new Achane. He's going to get all the work that'll be used in the slot kind of thing. It's like, no, Ollie Gordon's like going to get like a lot of carries in between the tackles. Like I don't know. Like if they really loved Jalen Wright, it's like, would they go out and take Gordon? Like they didn't take him like that. He was like a 5th round pick. It's not like
he was a 6th round pick, but
it was 6th round.
At the end of the day, man, I mean, they didn't draft. They didn't bring anybody else a running back. They didn't draft any other running backs, from my understanding.
Yeah.
It's Ollie Gordon, and Alexander Madison is here as well. Lest we forget.
I'm good.
Madison's still kicking around. No, I think there's a chance that he has a somewhat of a goal line role. But ultimately I think it's just like Omega handcuff, knowing that like Achane is in front of him, and Achane's role is so sick, and probably one of the better handcuffs in football, given that at one point in time this dude put out some amazing tape. So we'll just cling to that season. That's at the end of the day, we still have that season.
100%.
Man, Restrepo going to the pick 205. Zen Q. I love it. I love that.
We have breaking news. We have breaking news. Steelers breaking news. It's just signed Robert Woods.
You're shitting.
I swear to God. Robert Woods is a Pittsburgh Steeler, 1 year, $2 million, a new target, and a big time locker room presence for whoever their quarterback ends up being.
Bobby Trees in
Bobby
the
Trees.
Pittsburgh locker room. That's who George Pickens needed. He needed that.
He's gonna be like the
That role
mediator
model.
between him and DK, or the quarterback. I saw some stuff today that Big Kirko could be in the black and gold here pretty soon. You want Big Kirko?
Is this what we want? Is this what we want? Do we want Kirko?
Sure? You tell me. You want Kirko? I think Kirko's better than Rodgers. Hot take.
Oh, I think I would disagree. I think I would disagree.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, man. I think Rodgers' arms, like the arm talent for Rodgers, I think is probably a step above.
Yeah,
Sir Kirk.
Yeah, what about Bobby Ayahuasca?
who would Bobby Ayahuasca? That would be that's like Arian Foster. That's Arian Foster's nickname.
Oh, 100%.
I feel like you and I are one of the few people that are actually. This is a bit of a left turn from, but speaking of Kirk Cousins, I think we're some of the few people that are really excited about Michael Penix. Are you excited about Michael Penix, or are you
could be more excited?
Letting yourself get nervous? Okay.
No, I'm excited, man, because like here we were talking about this last night. He had 3 starts, right? 3 starts, very limited sample size. He didn't do a single thing in those starts that told me like this isn't the guy. Like he played very well in all 3 of those games. First game, Giants, there's like 2 defensive touchdowns. Like if you look at it, if you look at the numbers, it's like you're not like blown away. But if you watch him, again, he's a tape guy. Watch the tape. They had 2 defensive touchdowns in his first start. Like he wasn't asked to go win them the game. His second start ever is in Washington, pretty much for the playoffs are on the line, and they go to OT. He gets them to OT, game-winning drive. They don't even touch the ball in OT, right? And then look what he did against Carolina. Absolutely torched them. Again, it's Carolina, but it's like Patrick Mahomes played Carolina. He didn't torch him. So it's like he did what he was supposed to do. It's like, so you have that 3-game sample size. The O-line's good. I think the play calling, like rapport is there. He kind of knows he's the guy now. He'll have a better chance to, really establish a chemistry. So, all right. Do we need another quarterback or another tight end here, you think?
Probably. I think given the quarterbacks that are available, I'd feel better about tight end if we wanted to go for a third tight end.
Is Terrence Ferguson gone? If he's not, he's a smash. Terrence Ferguson's the pick. LA, dude, that's he's a great round 18 click right now.
Okay, I'm going to take him, and then while I pull up our team, I'm going to need you to tell me a little bit about Terrence Ferguson, because I remember hearing his name and that people were excited, but why should we be stoked about Terrence Ferguson?
Just typical athletic tight end out of Oregon. What draft capital did he get? Was it?
I'm about to look it up.
Let me look here. I'm looking it up too. I forgot what round he got picked in.
Second round.
Yeah, second. Yeah, that's what it was. Second round pick, and he's going to the Rams, where it's like, yeah, they got Higbee, but dude, he's on his way out. So he's just athletic tight end, pass catcher, just the man. So I really like Terrence Ferguson.
I kind of have a rule right now where any pick that the Rams make in the draft, I just assume is correct in a smash.
Yeah.
I mean, Corum doesn't fit that bill, but like Kyron Williams just continues to be just like the strangest good player. Is he even good? Who knows?
Yeah.
But like every other pick the Rams seem to make just seems to be just an absolute smash. Like Crutch is saying here, they traded up for this guy.
Yeah.
Too?
Yeah.
Hard not to be excited about Ferguson and the Rams offense, where I am very excited for the Rams offense.
And like outside of Puka and Devontae, it's not like there's like an absolute bloodbath for competition for targets, right? Like Tutu's back, Robinson's gone, Tyler Johnson, my boy, Minnesota, gone. But for the most part, it's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they traded up for him. I just know he's a second round pick, and that's all I care about.
It could have been
they traded. I know they traded back with the Falcons.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might have been that Falcons pick.
Yeah, I can't.
Either way, man, second round capital for a tight end in the Rams. I'm sold, and I love a reason to bet against Tyler Higbee. So we'll take it.
I'm not a Higbee guy. I'm really not.
No, I'm good. I'm good on Higbee. I was surprised that he ended up doing what he did. It kind of pissed me off when he came back. But at any rate, man, let's recap this team. I'm going to name it so I don't forget that you were involved with my first BBM draft on day one. And I know you've got a stream as well that you can tell people about in a second here. Just to recap here, quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, Bryce Young. Running back is Bucky Irving, Amarian Hampton, Jalen Warren, Tyjae Spears, Blake Corum, Ollie Gordon. Wide receiver, looking at Jamar Chase 101, baby. Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, George Pickens, Hollywood Brown, Keenan Allen, and Jalen Cokehead. Tight end, Travis Kelce, Evan Ingram, Terrence Ferguson. How do you think we did for first BBM?
I don't even know why you draft another team, to be honest. I think this team takes it down.
Lock it up. This is it. This is all we need.
Yeah, real quick, can I get your thoughts on one of the other contests? Because I freaking love this historically, I have been a weekly winners guy. Historically, I was like, I like to think I was good at it. I have not won any money even close to weekly winners. I think I suck at it. That being said, this a new eliminator, dude. I pray I get matched up against one, because it's 1v1s the entire season.
Yes,
it's so awesome. It's so, and it's like you don't even have to make it. Like I think it's like if you get to like week, I think I did the math. It's like week 13, you still win like $1,000 or something. Like you don't even have to get to week 17 to win a lot of money. Like you just get like run hot on 1v1s. Like I'm just like in my head, I'm like, how good is that for content? Like if I just get matched up against like some dude in my chat has been talking shit. It's like, dude, it's win or go home every week. I just sent your team packing.
Yeah. No, dude, I love it. I think it's such a cool idea.
Yes.
And just in like, when do you ever, we've never seen an opportunity to like play this play style of drafting with the ability to win 200K.
Yes.
This is typically grinding it to a nub for like a 7% ROI type shit. This is now one head to head. Like it's such a cool, unique format. I'm so glad that they went with this. I'm sure that they were nervous about the reception and everything. I think it's awesome, and I think it's so unique. And I think that's what's important, right? Like before, eliminators kind of felt like you're just drafting BBM again and paying more attention to bye weeks. This now, I do think it changes the way you draft.
100%, dude. It's awesome. It's an awesome idea, and I can't wait to I'm gonna draft so much of the eliminator, like so much, because it's like just to track those 1v1s each week. I liked it when I played Mason's contest, Flock, like those community contests. It was 1v2 in those week. I think it was week 15 and week 16. It was those 1v2s. I was like, dude, this is It's like my.
People like that.
Yeah, it's so much more fun where it's like I don't have to worry about the nuts outcome. I can just beat the shit out of the one person I'm playing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited for that one. Once you get bye weeks, I'm definitely going to start to attack that and weekly winners, just because it's a different flavor of drafting. Are you a marathon guy?
I'm not a marathon guy. I don't know. I feel like you just have to get so much right that you just can't control. Like at least in like the playoff weeks, I feel like I have an edge because like if I just think the skill gap between me and a person who's never drafted is a lot wider in like a playoff contest than the marathon, where it's like if you just pick the right players, like you're gonna be fine. Which is why I think people like the way BBM is structured a lot more than the marathon. I'm just not a marathon guy. I just like the weekly winners is fun. The eliminator I'm gonna draft a ton of. So not too much a marathon guy, but
yeah, I'm sure I'll do some marathons, but I'm with you as well. Like, I find the other contests more enjoyable to sweat, but I am very glad that they have revamped the leaderboard. So that way you can have a much more enjoyable sweat experience. So thank God for that. That alone might make me want to just throw in a few entries, since it'll be a better sweat experience. But yeah, dude, love what they've put out so far for all of these contests for day one. They just continue to crush the best ball space. And we had Rudman on the other day. They are committed to further improvements. Right. So yeah, I thought that was really nice to hear.
Yeah, real quick, you got a baseball play for me today? There's a 60% profit boost lying around here. And I think I need to get in on the action here.
All right, well let me get you.
Preferably it be an Oakland day, and his name is Lawrence Butler. But whatever.
Well, it's tough because Lawrence Butler's facing a lefty. It is Patrick Corbin. Patrick Corbin is
dude, that guy sucks though. He sucks.
He's gigabuns, but like he's been holding it down, and it's insanely frustrating. So I think if you're gonna play Butler, like you just play like Butler home run, like Butler's doing it. Okay. Like you just go Butler.
I'm playing Butler
yard.
I'm doing
And to pair this with, who did I like today? I'm a big fan. Do you want to do double home run?
Yeah, give it to me.
I'm really into Lars Nootbaar today against
Newt.
yeah. Nootbaar in Cincinnati, where the park is smaller, home runs are more frequent, hitting lead off against a righty. Should have 4, maybe 5 opportunities to get this done. He's a hot hitter right now, and this is my guy.
I'm in.
All right, I'm gonna share this with the chat. What a great way to close out with a double home run pick 'em.
Yeah,
I mean, why?
You said you're a multi-sport athlete. I feel I would like to be. Like I feel when I tweet about when I feel like when I tweet about football, it's like my community is like, oh, I'm in. And then I say one thing about like here's my baseball pick today. It's like no one cares.
Sometimes I feel the same, but I've garnered, thankfully, at this point enough of an audience where I will get interactions from both ends. Yeah. I think for me, like the engagement goes football, baseball, and then like NBA. Like people, I feel like the NBA, just people are disinterested, even though it's been a great playoffs, and our Wolves are making.
Are you in? You're in.
Dude, that's the Wolves.
Yeah, dude, the Wolves are. Dude, it's like, again, I said the football is like one of those things that I could just get away, and it's like I got football. I got the Wolves right now, dude. They're freaking. Anthony Edwards is like, I just don't know if I've ever loved another athlete more than I love him. Like I would. Did I tell you I dapped him up one time? Did I tell you about this?
No.
Dude, okay, so real quick story, and then I'll get out of here.
You probably feel like you dapped God, like.
Yeah, dude. So real quick story. Okay, so one of my coaching buddies who I'm friends with, his brother is an assistant coach for the Wolves. Like I don't need to say his name, but he's been in commercials with him. He's like his personal like trainer, like he's the main trainer on the Wolves guys. So they're really close. So I'm really close with this guy, and one day he just says to me, "Hey, you want to come to the Wolves game?" It's like, I'm in. So we get there. Go in the family room, like free food, free drinks. I'm like, I can never sit upper deck again. Like, this is just awesome. So, and then like we're down, like not on the court, but like near the court, hanging out like in the front row, like an hour before tip, just hanging out. They're also coincidentally playing the Warriors. So I got to see Curry warm up, which is kind of lit.
Oh, so cool.
But whatever. So he comes in the tunnel. And then obviously he knows the guy I'm with, because I mean, like they just will hang out outside of basketball, which is sick. He daps him up, and then he looks at me. He daps me up, and I say, I feel like such an idiot at the moment.
What did you say?
I just said, "Nice to meet you. My name's Tyler." And then he just dapped me up, didn't say a word, kept it moving. But I didn't care. I was like, because like after the fact, I was like, yeah, like he doesn't give a fuck who I am, but like I love you. So that's all that matters.
I love you, dude. Like he probably would have dapped you up. You told him you loved him.
It's like that. It's like that Patrick Star meme. I love you.
Yeah, I love you.
I love you.
Ant's just unlimited dog, and man, if you don't think that the puppies have a shot at making a run, I'm gonna have to confiscate your ball knowledge card. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I mean, this is a team primed to go, and I hope they close it out.
I could have swore I saw you post a little dance exposure thing, and I could have swore I saw a lot of Wolves on that list.
A ton of Wolves.
Yes.
Ton of Wolves.
Yeah. So we'll welcome you in with open arms to the fan base. We'll see you at Target Center for game. Hopefully there's not a game 6, but I feel like the foul discrepancy on Wednesday is going to be.
They're going to try, brother.
5. They're going to probably send in the extender, Scott Foster. Get that to 6 at least, and then we'll kind of go from there. But I appreciate you having me on. I had an absolute blast. We have to do this again. Yeah.
This is always fun having you on. PPRTyler on YouTube. PPRTyler on Twitter. Go give him a sub. You need more. You need good content in your life for BBM season. Tyler's got you covered. Thanks for coming on, dude. Enjoy your stream, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, we're live in 4 minutes. We'll see you over there.
All right. Peace, everybody.
Peace.